Hey everybody, I'm Belinda Sandor. Welcome to Lessons from the Cockpit. Today we're going to talk all about having a niche and if it can work for you. Let's do this. Hey everybody. Welcome to Lessons from the Cockpit. Lessons from the Cockpit is one of my favorite times of the week because we talk about tactical and practical things for your virtual assistant business that may be getting in the way, maybe causing some stress. So we're just going to dive into a topic every single week, Friday at noon, to move all of that chatter, chicken chatter, as I like to say, out of the way. And these tips are really for virtual assistants. If you're just thinking about a business and you're trying it on for size, if you're new, and definitely also if you've been a VA for a while. So welcome. I'd love to hear where you're coming in from the comments. In the comments, I can see a bunch of you are gathering now, which is really exciting. And I want you to know that Lessons from the Cockpit is brought to you by the VA Connection. We're streaming across multiple platforms right now. We're on LinkedIn, we're on Twitter, we're on YouTube, we're on Facebook. So the VA Connection is an online community on Facebook. We have 25,000 members in 47 countries, and I am thrilled to be the host of that group. So what we do is we work with new, established, and aspiring VAs, and we help them to build a thriving business through our free online programs, our community, and our trainings. We have a training coming up on Monday. We're going to talk about it in a few minutes. It's called the VA Client Kickstart Challenge, and we're going to get started Monday at noon. It's a 5-day training, noon Eastern. It's a 5-day training all about how to start your business and get a steady stream of clients. So I'm very excited to kick that off on Monday. So today we're going to talk about having a niche and whether or not this is a good idea or not. And I have pretty strong feelings about it. And I've been told that when I've shared these feelings, there has been a lot of relief in the ears of the people who are listening to me talk about it. So I'm excited to dive in today. But first I want to say hello to you and then introduce myself. So we've got Rhonda here. Hello. And Martha. Hello, Martha. Hey, Tori from South Carolina. Lisa's here from Virginia Beach. Hey, Janet, what's going on? And Yvonne is here from, I just happen to know, from California. So welcome, you guys. So let me jump in and introduce myself. So this is me, and I like to call her my little delicious daughter. And this is us almost 12 years ago. And this is when she was 9, and I was just starting my business as a VA. And I was not in a happy place during that time. I was, in a million transitions, not where I thought I was going to be as I was approaching 50. I was 49. And, when you think about your life in your 20s and 30s, you think, I'll have a house and I'll be married and we'll be happy and we'll have some kids and, I'll have a good job and all that kind of stuff. But I found myself in a completely different spot. I was a newly single mom. I didn't have a job. I had a ton of debt. I hadn't been able to pay the mortgage in over a year. And Emily and I had to move 3 times in 4 years, which is a lot of stress. It's a lot of stress. And the thing that was so hard about this was it was a couple of things. One is that my self-esteem took a huge hit. My confidence took a huge hit because I was judging myself so harshly against where I thought I was going to be. And that was really difficult. But I knew I kind of had to bust a move because I knew if I got a job in corporate making, $50,000, $60,000 a year, I was not going to be able to overcome this debt and get my life back on track. Because everywhere I looked, there was struggle, financial struggle, housing struggle, getting a job struggle. And I also didn't want to be, I just didn't want to drop Emily off at daycare and come get her at 6 o'clock at night. Because, 9-year-olds, they don't stay up that late. And it would be really all about trying to get dinner in her and get her to bed. And that's not how I wanted to spend my relationship with her. So I put on my thinking cap and I decided I was going to do admin work. I had done it in my my 20s and 30s on and off. I really liked it. I felt like it was something where I can make a contribution. And it made me happy. There's something really, for me, I guess there was even comforting, relaxing about doing admin work. It's helping someone else. There's a beginning, middle, and an end, and to projects, and I love that. I love that. So I decided if this was going to work, I needed to tell everyone I knew what I was up to. So one morning, shortly after this, I'm at the school bus stop with Emily, and the dads are there. The dads are usually there in the morning, and the moms in the afternoon. And one of the dads said, "What's new?" And I said, "Okay," to myself, "Here we go." And I said, I'm starting a business. I'm helping entrepreneurs with admin work." And the look on his face was priceless. He was so happy. He's like, "What?" And that's because he had just started a business, and I had no idea. Last I heard, he was like the CEO of some major call center or something. And we really just didn't talk about it that much. And so he said, "Can we sit down right away? I need to talk to you. Driving my wife crazy. She has a job. They had 3 kids, and he's relying on her for help. He needs payroll done. He needs his bills to be paid, and he's just chasing all these details while trying to start a new business." And he was going crazy. So we absolutely sat down. I started working with him right away, doing really everyday sort of commonsensical things like paying the bills. And I knew how to use QuickBooks, so I set his business up. And running a payroll is pretty simple. You call the company and tell them how many hours people worked. So just things that were taking stress off of his plate. My next client I got in the buffet line at a wedding. He and his wife were there talking, and we were talking, making small talk. He says, "What do you do?" I told him, and he gave me his card because I didn't have a card. I didn't have a website. I connected with him on LinkedIn, and he contacted me, and he asked me to help him run an in-person event, and I did. I mean, anyone who's planned a birthday party can plan an in-person event. It was essentially him talking in the room, me giving out handouts, and and selling his book in the back of the room. And after we did that, he said, "I want to do webinars. Will you work with me to figure out how to do that?" And I was so shocked that he wanted to pay me to figure it out. But so many of my clients do because they don't want to. And that's the beautiful thing. So now, almost 12 years later, I have to change this slide happily. I've been in business, a thriving business, and it's called Rocket Girl Solutions. And I've worked with over 200 clients. And in that time period, I made over $1 million, literally sitting in the chair I'm sitting in right now. And the first year I made $70,000. And then I just have kept hitting that, hitting or exceeding the $100,000 mark, doing, regular admin work from from a corner of my home. Yes, 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 yes. So here's what it looks like today. Really different. New husband. We're only going to be newlyweds for a couple more weeks, so I have to really milk that. We got married last summer, and these are our kids: David, Charlie, Emily, Stephen, and Andy. So, my life is different now. There's no more minimum payments. I have a thriving business. The debt is not 100% handled. I'll tell you the truth, but it's not crushing me. It's not even coming close to crushing me. I have things that I pay. It works very well with the amount of money that I'm earning, and the pressure is gone. The pressure is gone, and I feel like not only did I get to be there for Emily while she was growing up. She's 21 now, believe it or not. I can breathe again. I can really breathe again, and that's a huge relief. That's a huge relief. Yeah, that is a huge relief. And at the core of that self-reliance that I have was being a VA, deciding who I wanted to work with, where I wanted to work, how much I wanted to make. And I was able to accomplish that. And so many of my students have accomplished that as well. So if you're listening in and you're thinking, I want some of that, I can show you how for sure. So let's see who else is here. Okay, so Mary is here from Texas. Hello. And we've got a Facebook user. Robin says, "Found you guys. Yay, yay." So I think somebody's from Texas, and you guys are going to, or South Carolina, you guys are going to connect. Oh, thank you, Lynn. It makes me happy when you guys come too. And this is Phoebe from Africa, Kenya. Frederica is here. Hello, hello, hello. Can't wait to see you soon again for your big launch. Yeah, today For the members of the VIP Club and VA School, we are launching an affiliate program. And guys, I am so excited. I am so excited. So if you are in VA School or the VIP Club, look in our Facebook communities and you'll see a big post from me about a half an hour ago with the Zoom link so that you can join us and find out all about it. Hi, Amanda. Hello. Hello, Glorianne. Excellent. Michelle from London, Ontario. Celebration. Yeah, it's a big celebration. That was a big deal. I have to tell you, I had not set up well, you'll see, but I have not set up an affiliate program like this before. I've set up smaller ones, but I just kept getting so excited and I kept thinking, oh, I want to give them this. So I want to give them that. And I had some help from some people who just really cranked it up a notch for me. And I can't wait to show it to you. So I'll see you guys in about 45 minutes for that. All right, cool. Oh, good. Rhonda's excited. Yeah, it's really pretty. It's yellow, and it's just, I mean, I know that sounds silly because there's more to it than that, but you know, the logo is pretty and the design is really pretty. And I've shown it to a few people, and they're like, "Whoa, that looks really good." So I can't wait. I can't wait. Okay, so let's talk about having a niche. All right, let's talk about having a niche. Okay. So first, let's talk about what is a niche, okay, or a niche. Some people say niche, some people say niche. You can say whatever you want, okay? So a niche is a specialized segment of the market for a particular type of product or service. So you can have a niche by service, like what you offer. You can have a niche by industry, so who you serve, or you can have a niche with both, okay? So let's say for the first one is you only work with you only work with clients. That's good. You only work with coaches. So coaches is your niche, or you can only provide email newsletters, right? So your niche is email newsletters, or you can only provide email newsletters for coaches. So you see how that works? So it's just very specific, very specific. Any questions, just drop them right in, okay? Now, I want to just debunk this myth right away. People will tell you, you know, everywhere, you can't not bump into this advice. They say, oh, you know, you really have to have a niche because if you don't, you're not going to make the real money. It's not true. It's not true. And I first started out and I had a niche. I was like, all right, I'm supposed to have a niche. I'm going to pick one. So I picked startup companies. Guys, it was completely fictitious. I just made it up. Like, I don't know, startups. I was in corporate forever. What do I know about who's out there that needs help, right? So, but I read the book, you know, I drank the Kool-Aid and I did the business plan. And I just realized that, you know, very quickly on, startups were not for me. They weren't organized. They weren't sure what kind of help they needed. They rarely had any money. They thought I was really expensive, even at $50 an hour. And their nephew, Jason, was creating their logo, but he was also in graduate school and he had 3 jobs. And so it might be a while. So I can't get any traction. Now, there are other startups, and I have worked for them that are not like that. But most of the time, in my experience, that was the deal. So I'm thinking, what the heck am I doing? So I just relaxed about it. And I just started taking, and the truth is I had a niche, but I was talking to everybody. It wasn't like, oh no, you're not a startup, I can't talk to you at all. And you know, when I think the reason I thought it would be good is because when I worked with my very first client, Will, he was a startup, but he was a funded startup, you know, and he had big plans, and his business now has been on the Inc. 500, within the 100 of the Inc. 500 for, I think, the last 5 or 6 years. So he was serious about it, right? He wasn't selling essential oils. He was like growing a huge business. Not that there's anything wrong with essential oils, but he's making millions of dollars, right? So that's a little bit of, you know, of a difference there. So it's not true that you have to have a niche to make the big bucks. And I'd love to hear, I'd love to hear from you if you've heard this is true. And I'm seeing that Tori and Robin are near each other. You guys would totally like each other. You have a lot in common, by the way, BTW. So I would check that out for sure, for sure. Okay, so this is a myth. It's a total myth. Yay. Okay. Now, I just went into this a little bit, but the reason it's good to wait is because not only did it seem artificial to me, my experience was more general. I didn't have like some very specific thing. I was more of I still am more of a generalist. I can help with your newsletter. I can help you with your website. You need a PowerPoint. I can format your Word document. All these different things that really just didn't fit in a box. And I had to figure out the kind of work I like to do as a VA. And to tell you the truth, all right, let's see, what percentage would I say? I would say 90% of the work I do now, I either didn't know how to do 12 years ago or I didn't know what it was. Mostly didn't know what it was, and that's still the case. I mean, with this whole affiliate program that we're going to talk about at 1:00, I didn't know how to do that. I didn't know how to do any of it. I knew how it worked, but I really spent hours like, okay, well then this happens and that happens. And when you guys get in there, I have a feeling you're going to say, what about this? And I'm going to say, whoops, and we'll add it. But the thing is that you just, you're going to learn new things and you're going to either love them or not. And the first time you do something, usually it's not a love festival. Like this affiliate program, there was a lot of details, but man, I do it again because now I get it, and that's how a lot of my business comes to me. People see what I'm up to and they ask me to help them with it. So it's easier to start broad and just, open it up, like, work with people who are nice, they're respectful, that could really be a niche. How I started thinking about this was someone asked me who my ideal client was. And I thought, okay, who's my ideal client? My ideal client is middle-aged, nice, respectful, can afford me, they're in business for real. I actually wrote a whole blog post about it where there's a description in it. It's at thevaconnection.com. This is the other thing. They've been in business for a little while. And the reason is I found that startups didn't understand how I was saving them time and money. Where you start working with an entrepreneur who's been in business 3, 5, 10, 20 years, and you say you can fix this problem for them, they've been feeling the pain of that problem for a while. And they are so grateful. They are so grateful. So that's how that turned out for me. I thought, oh, this is much more gratifying to have somebody not be able to figure this out and me be able to say, oh, right there, I can just fix this. And it's like, a lion, this big, strong lion, and they've got the thorn in their paw and I just pull it out. They're much more grateful than and happy than the person you say, watch out for that thorn, So that's kind of an analogy that I think works. So that's why it's good. It's good to wait. And no one ever asks me who my ideal client are. And if they do, it seems so artificial when they do. I feel like they just read a book. So I would just say, nice people who are respectful, who can afford me, and do need general admin kind of work. Surprising, right? Okay. So here's the reason to go for it. The reason to go for it is if you're already a specialist. If you are the goddess of wedding planning and you no longer want to be a wedding planner, but 50 jillion wedding planners and you want to support them, that's a reason. That's a reason. But to pick a niche and then go look for the people, that's really hard. That's really hard. Like now all of a sudden you're prospecting, which I don't do, and thinking about like where do wedding planners hang out, and should I take an ad in a book or should I send them? So you're talking to strangers, right? You're talking to strangers. So you want to stay in touch with the people you already know. And we're going to talk a lot about exactly how to do that successfully next week in the Kickstart Challenge. So if you're not signed up already, I'm going to give you the information in a couple of minutes, the link. I think it's vachallenge.info. You can go check it out. So the reasons to go for it, if you're a specialist, and if you have a lot of connections already in your niche. All right, so next steps. Let it go. You don't need a niche. You can make at least $100,000 a year with no niche easily. Make your services list long. Make it long. You can go look at mine, rocketgirlsolutions.com, and they're all listed there. And the thing is that I have had people. It's funny because if I were making a list now, I think we're shy about, this is what I'm trying to say. I think we're shy about listing all these jillions of things, and we think that we have to be current with it. You know, recently someone asked me about a quiz. It was actually a VA school student, and I said, "Oh my gosh, I did that a million years ago." And Crystal, who's in the group, said, "Oh, use this. This is the one to use." It's still on my website, because the thing is that, and it's been 10 years probably since I created a quiz for someone. But once you understand how it works, it's just a matter of what tool you're going to use, right? So I don't need to take quizzes off my website because I haven't done one in 7 or 8 years or 10 years, whatever it's been. You know, just like one of my biggest clients, I put scheduling on my list, and he saw that, and he turned out to be my biggest client, and I was doing, like, I don't know, 7, 8 hours of scheduling a week. And I hadn't done scheduling, professionally since I was like 23, but I know how it works and I know how to do it. So don't be shy about really tooting your horn in terms of what your services are, and make the list big. Organize it so it's easy to see, but easy to see the categories. And I've had many, many, many clients print the list from my, I think this is so cute, print the list of my services page and say, I printed out the list and I've made check marks next to everything I want you to help me with. I'm very excited. And it's because they're seeing all these little small things, right? So make sure that your services list is long, and you can narrow down later. You can narrow down later, and you can be a generalist like me and charge $90 an hour. No problem. No problem. Okay? Okay. So there's no shortage of work out there. I want you to know that. There's no shortage of clients at all. So come next week, here we go, to the VA Client Kickstart Challenge, and I'm going to show you how to choose your services. I'm going to talk to you about how to talk about your work so you will create a referral engine like nobody's business. No more cold calling, no more prospecting, none of that. And then we're going to talk about where to put yourself so clients can find you. No more running around, no more handing out flyers. I'm going to show you what to do. On Thursday, we're going to talk about the systems you need to support your business. And I'm also opening up doors to VA school. So for those of you who said, I'm going to do it next time, or I'm ready, or I've been watching this, your time is coming. Next Thursday, we're opening doors with some super cool bonuses. And then on Friday, we're going to have an epic Q&A session about all things virtual assistants. So get it on your calendar, noon every day, grab your phone, set up a reminder right now, an alarm, so that you can get notified and jump in with us. All right. I'd love, love, love to have you. All right. Lynn, join VA school. Lynn is in VA school right now, and she's she actually, what were we calling you? Oh yeah, class president, because Lynn is so involved. She's so involved, and she's really a cheerleader in the group, and the community is really tight. All of the VA groups, the classes that go through, they're tight, and they watch out for each other, and it's awesome. It's awesome, awesome, awesome. All right. Yeah, yeah, it's the best. Yeah, I love it. I love it. We just, yeah, Tori, yes, join VA school. Yay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, you guys are sweet. Thank you. Thank you. That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay. So if you are in VA school or the VIP club, come back, look in the Facebook groups. There's a link. We're going to get into Zoom. We're going to talk about the affiliate program. If you are not, or even if you are, jump into the challenge. Definitely jump into the challenge. Kyla asked a question, is it open all year round? It is not. And I'll tell you the reason why. Well, yes and no. This is a question that I am wrestling with how to talk about. So I'm glad you're asking me, because now I'm going to do it right here. So you can enroll at any time, and you can take advantage of the 70 plus videos and the bonuses and things like that, or some of the courses that are included. However, the live cohorts start about every 6 or 7 weeks. So the live cohorts are the study hall, office hours. We have sessions on the discovery call and nailing your pricing and things like that. So those start this year. We're opening up, like I said, on Thursday, and then it'll be another 6 or 8 weeks. I don't know how many weeks exactly, but around that. So you can join at any time, but you can't take advantage of the live sessions because we all start at once, and everyone forms a really nice tight group. and it's amazing to watch. It's amazing to watch. VA school is $1,597 or 6 payments of $279. Yeah, $279. And Lisa says, you won't regret joining VA school. There's so many benefits to VA school than just the modules. Invest in yourself and your business. It's priceless. Oh yeah, thank you. You guys, oh my gosh. Yay, 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 office hours has helped. Okay, sounds reasonable. You bet, you bet. And if I were, hold on, I don't think I can put a link here, but you can go find out about it at, I think it's, I just don't have the link handy right now. I think it's vaschool.info, but join the challenge either way. Join the challenge either way. I'd love to have you. And right now, if you sign up before next Thursday, you'll get a free 30-minute strategy session with me, included in your tuition. So that's something to think about too. All right, you guys, you are the best. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Have a great rest of your day and a fabulous weekend. Do something fun. Do something fun. I'm going to be pickling cucumbers and peppers, and I'm very excited. I'm very excited. So do something fun. Join us next week, same time, same channel, and we'll have another exciting topic. All right. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.